Coffee Ponder. Are we fucked? No, that's a serious question. Are we fucked? Been thinking a little political today. Have you seen what's going on? Have you been paying attention? It's not good right now. It's not good. What the fuck is going on in this country right now? We have a government that's getting closer and closer to something out of 1984. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it was a dystopian novel about, it's where the term Big Brother comes from, where government was watching you all the time. A dystopian future. It's scary right now. It's really scary. I don't pretend to know anything about politics, don't get me wrong, I know fuck all, but at the age I'm at now, I know enough. I know enough. It is very clear what is wrong. We know there's a class divide. We know there's rarely anyone under 30 that's in charge. We know that politicians in particular have different upbringings than what we do. We know there's different education systems. We know there's more money involved. We know there's nepotism involved. We know there's corruption involved. The government as it is now is not what I would call a fair and free democracy. Personally, that's my opinion. But we know the score. I think the majority of the population know. So we have Labour come in who lied through their teeth, and I still don't understand how you can make so much lies in your campaigning and then immediately veto on all of your policies. And it wasn't just one or two. Labour lied about multiple policies. It was, we're going to freeze council tax, we're going to freeze bills, we're going to freeze insurance payments, we're going to freeze employer taxes. And immediately the first thing they did was put all that up. Then they removed the school lunch scheme. Then they've taken away winter allowances for the elderly, which is a death sentence, especially in the UK. It's not the warmest place. Come on, I know we all joke going how fucking miserable we are through the winters, but you know, there are realistic, real statistics of people, elderly people, that are not great conditions, that are not well off, that are freezing to death. Can I just say that again? Think of that. There are elderly freezing to death in the UK. And they're in homes, they're in houses, and the houses are too expensive to warm. God knows, like, I'm holding off so much in my house. I still haven't started putting heating on, and I'm like jumpers on at night, hoodies, because the electric's mental. That's the other thing. There's no control over the electric and power. That's also a corrupt system that we have. Every year, oh yeah, we're making billions upon billions upon billions of profit, but we're making you, the customer, pay more. And then they come out with bullshit the whole time. More and more wind farms going up in Scotland. Where's that energy going? Because it ain't going to us. It ain't going to Scotland. Anyway, where was I? Right, they vetoed on their policies. And I don't understand how there's no system in place, or I believe there's supposed to be a system in place where if you don't deliver on your promises, surely the fuck you shouldn't be still in government. Online Safety Act, which was a pile of bullshit on about, like, yes, hey, I'm there 100%. Certain, pornography, some bad sites, dark web stuff, that should not be accessible to children. But I firmly believe that is in the parents' hands. That should be educated to the children, okay? There are safety protocols on all browsers on how to block these sites. If your kids are smart enough to get around it, I believe the issue is with the kid. Because it's the kid that's trying to access around it. That's a moral decision, that's a personal decision, that's a parenting thing. Should there be more education maybe for parents that aren't tech savvy? But yes, I think there should be more education for parents that aren't tech savvy. But in this day and age, how many parents aren't tech savvy? Like, I grew up and there was no personal computers at home. I grew up and we didn't have mobile phones. Oh fuck, I'm old. I've gone through the whole thing where, oh look, we got this little phone and it can play Snake and it's got 2 little pixels on it. And now I'm seeing everybody's got high-powered personal computers attached to their brain in their hand the whole time. I grew up with video games being just cartridges, you know, Atari, floppy disks, Commodore 64s, and then I was there for seeing the first proper 3D graphics of the PlayStation, and you know, like, to say that any parent now, or any new parent now, is not tech savvy, that's a hard sell for me. So at the end, I think these things should be controlled at home. And the Online Safety Act quickly overstepped the mark from protection of children to, you know, you have to give your face to third-party security systems over in America. Which, by the way, as of this week, have already failed because the government were forcing other websites other than pornography, such as Discord, Wikipedia is under it, that they have sensitive information that should not be accessed. Information such as, you know, sites that help with alcoholism, help with depression, suicide, information of history. All these things are getting blocked. That's got nothing to do with protecting children. There's an awful lot that's categorized as not suitable to be looked at. And I mean, who's deciding all this? But it's already failed because they forced Discord to adhere to the Online Safety Act, and funnily enough, the company that you gave your data to was hacked. Not Discord, the other company. The company that the government issued to do it. So, is that not that's extreme negligence on the side of the government. So much more with the Online Safety Act, I could go on for ages with that. Then there's more taxes being raised. Then there's bills going higher again, over and over. And it's only just over a year that they've been in power. And now we get to the really scary thing. A digital ID. Which already conflicting, if you pay attention and watch, there's multiple times where it's conflicting, saying, no, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. You don't need it. If you don't want it, you don't need it. But everybody should have it. If you want to work, you need it. So therefore, it's fucking mandatory. If I can't work, if you can't, the term they keep using, the sentence that always catches me is, oh, if you go for a new job. So if you're in a job now, you're saying it's fine, you don't need it. But if you need to go find another job, which is very fucking likely in this economy, then you're going to need it, aren't you? And then they keep saying and pinning it on, oh, it's going to help, you know, stop, you know, the illegal immigrants working. How? You already have a system in place for that. It's called a national insurance card. That's what proves that you're working. You only get a national insurance card if you are a citizen of the UK. So how does a digital ID make that any change? And I've even watched a fucking politician come out of the mouth on television go, oh yeah, it's going to help with the small boat problem. How? How does us having a digital ID do anything stop someone coming over on a boat? Like, I'm not even going to comment on the immigration thing because there's so many sides to it. And it's sketchy because it's not a simple solution. Like I saw the other day, we're even considering of coming out the Human Rights Act because the Human Rights Act is currently stopping us from saying to people that are coming in illegally on boats, like, no, turn around, get right back to work, because you know you're bound by this law protocol, a duty of human care, which I understand. And again, I'm not going to get into it because I just think that's a can of worms. I'm not educated enough to start commenting on stuff like that. But it's scary when you see that, yeah, the UK wants to pull out of that. Because how long until they take other rights and liberties away? Such as what they've done with the Online Safety Act. The ID is exactly what everyone thinks it is. It's a way to track and control. Because the ID is going to it's going to be able to keep an eye on your bank accounts. It's going to be able to know how much money you're receiving, how much money you're putting out. It's going to know where you are, when you are. It's going to have all your personal data. How long until it starts tracking things like, you've gone on holiday and left this country 4 times this year? No. You're on a limit. How long until you start imposing things like that? How long until you impose things as how much you can spend? There's already a thing in place now that if you make what they call a high purchase off your bank, it pings. And then they get to see what it is you're buying, how much it's costing you, so they have access to your bank account. All of this is infringing on your personal information for a start and your privacy. Yes, we all know people play the systems. We all know there's people that do it shoddily and offshore bank accounts, and we all know that people shice their systems. We all know there's abusers of things. There will always be cheaters, abusers, and if living conditions were better, if everything in an ideal world was fair and just, there would be less people that go down that route. But I firmly believe that even if the world was perfect, there will always be people that want more. There will always be people that are thieves, that are criminals. That's just life. But it's not the majority. If your government or your country are treating you, the average citizen, so piss poorly and they're just bleeding you dry, taking all services away, taking all chances of getting any step further on in your life, having the dream of, I want to be rich, I want to do this. That's fucking impossible now. You can't get a head start. Unless you're very, very fucking lucky, and I mean like minutely lucky. If you want to build these massive careers, now you need to go to university, get an education. University is like how many thousands, and then you left with that, and you're in thousands of pounds of debt. Thousands of pounds of debt. And at the end of it, you can't get the fucking job that you've got the degree for. So now you're left with tens of thousands of debt, no job, and you're just like someone that came out of public school. There is a huge classism divide. There always has been, and it's worse than ever. So yeah, I could go on, and there's loads of other things. Loads of other things that are very, very clearly sending us down a scary route. And we've got another 4 years of this. And I firmly believe that the next person that comes in 4 years, it's just going to be just as bad, because the UK democracy system does not fucking work. It doesn't. It just top to bottom doesn't. It stems from fucking ancient Victorian bloody crap. It's called the House of Lords for a start, not House of the Common People. It's the House of Lords. The other thing, actually, before I wind this up, because it's an important one. So we have a system in the UK that if enough people in the UK are very upset or do not agree with a policy or a bill that's about to be passed by Parliament, there's a petition system. It's an official government petition system. And if you get 100,000 signatures, which by the way, I think we lessen numbers in our minds these days. Numbers mean nothing now. But if you stop and think for a second and put 100,000 people in front of you, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of upset people. And that should be enough to raise concern. That's the whole point of the petition system. Online Safety Act, millions signed that petition. And the Prime Minister turned around and went, nope, don't want to discuss it, don't have to discuss it, we're doing it. Pretty sure that's dictatorship. Pretty sure that leaves democracy in the fucking rear view mirror. Then they came for the disabled benefits. Now there was enough of a dodgy public backlash to slow that down. It's not been U-turned. They say it's been U-turned. It's not. It's slowed down. There's still hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people that are losing PIP due to, oh, you can work, or we deem you good enough to work. PIP's got nothing to do with work or personal independence payment. It's got fuck all to do with you working. It's allocated to you because you've been deemed that you have something wrong with you. Same with disability. It's got fuck all to do with work. If you've got something wrong with it, that's there to subsidise the fact that you cannot contribute as much as a normal person. It's got nothing to do with benefit shystering. It's got nothing to do with, oh, they're taking it out of my taxes. If you are a hard-working person. If you're a hard-working person and you feel like you're not getting paid enough and you feel like you're being taxed too much, it's not the disabled. It's not people that are on benefit. It's not people that are abusing the system. It's the fucking government. It's the way that they're paying you. It's how much they're taxing their employers. Or the issue is with your employer. It feels like, I don't have to fucking pay you that much. Take it up with them. Riot against them. Riot against the one that's fucking in your business, not against the fucking disabled or people on benefits. But the whole point of this petition system is that the people are heard. Then we have Online Safety Act. No, fuck you. I'm not paying attention to you. you can complain all you want. Millions signed the benefit one, and it wasn't the petition, because that again was thrown out. We're not discussing it. It was the fact that Labour's own party were basically dissolving from within because it was such an egregious thing to do that most party members of Labour were turning against their own leader in their own party. So you had to slow that down. Otherwise it would have just collapsed. And it's a fucking bad look, not gonna give a shit about that. And then now the latest one, the digital ID. Millions have signed it. Again, right? Millions upon millions upon millions. And again, the government have turned around and gone, no. So what's the point? When a member of parliament that represents their district, their area, is in the Houses of Parliament and is discussing at the moment going, oh, we don't like this. My constituents don't like this. I don't like this. I think it's this. And then the higher ups just turn around and go, tough, we're still fucking doing it. So what is the point? How is that democracy? Nobody is being listened to. The bloody MPs that are in Parliament that represent that area aren't being listened to. It's fucking high ups. They're just like, yeah, we're going to do what we want because it's big money. Keir Starmer, the current Prime Minister, is now factually the worst Prime Minister in the history of our government. Think about that. He is the worst and he is the most hated, and rightfully so. 3 words, and I know it's a complicated thing. I know there's a lot of grey area to it, but I believe it is firmly the only solution, because if you did a 2%, think of that. Again, think about the number thing, it's not much, right? 2%, and you tax the rich. 3 words, tax the rich. 2%, that's all you have to tax them. Entire UK's debt goes like that. 2%. We're fucked.